All right, so as I play a little bit of soccer, let me tell you my opinion on Tekken 8, the new characters, and alleged Miguel's alleged omission from Tekken 8. So it seems like the baseline Tekken 8 roster was leaked. I saw it before it was confirmed with the inclusion of Raven and Azukina, AstraZeneca. I'm gonna call it AstraZeneca. Shout out to Big Pharma, even though she's Big Coffee. But you get my point. So like, even before it was confirmed, it was obvious that this was a high effort. People were saying, "Oh no, this isn't real." They were saying like, "Hey, look at Elisa's hair model. It's just a copy and paste from Lily's." And me, I'm just like, "What are y'all talking about?" And then I could tell that it was high effort because you saw Lee had a different costume. He had goggles. You saw even Shaheen. He was now wearing red, and he had the same like head guard, I guess, like typical of Muslim wear or of Arab countries. And you just saw a bunch of the characters that had like different outfits as if they're in a different setting. So you really think somebody who would fake like a Tekken 8 leak would go through all that trouble? Even if they're using AI, you think AI would go through? You think AI at this point is able to make convincing looking alternate costumes to, returning Tekken 7 characters? Nah, bro. Like, that was way too high effort. I'm like, there's something to this. So it was just funny how it was like that. So let's talk about Miguel. Is Miguel actually being omitted from Tekken 8? And obviously, us Miguel fans, Savage Pack, shout out to y'all, shout out to my Discord. We're like, what the hell? Where is he? Here's what I think. So, if you look at the Tekken 8 base roster from the leaks, now that we can assume it's real, the roster is kind of weak. The shit is weak sauce, bro. All you have, and I think it's intentional, all you have are the safe picks. You have the Mishimas with the exclusion of Heihachi for story reasons. You have Jin, you have Kazuya, you have one of the Williams sisters, the safe pick Nina, not Anna. You have the collection of kawaii girls, which is Asuka, Lily, Xiaoyu. You have the Trinity, right? The big three in terms of what Japan wants and what the anime world wants, since this is an anime fighter. And then for the characters that aren't the safe picks, you have whack choices. You have Zafina, Shaheen. It's just like, yo. And I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, but you have Zafina, you have Shaheen, you have both bears. So it's a very hollow roster. And it's obvious that this is like, bro, there's going to be tons of DLC for this game. Tons of DLC. Because the roster just comprises of safe picks and then secondary and tertiary characters that took precedence over the primary characters. Let me explain. For instance, out of the 5 Tekken 6 newcomers, which is Miguel, Zafina, Elisa, Lars, and Leo, you have the 2 safe picks, which are the anime fighters, which fit on brand with Tekken 8, as in, they're anime. And it has nothing to do with popularity. It's who is the safe picks, right? It has nothing to do with the character substance, the quality of the character. It's just the safe ones, right? So you don't have Bob and Miguel, but you have Elisa and Lars. Like, this isn't excluding Ganryu or Wang Jinrei or Roger Jr. This is like Miguel and secondarily Bob. I would say Miguel's more popular because of all the responses I'm seeing on social media in terms of Miguel apparently being omitted. People are mad. So it's like, bro, they know this. They're just the whole main roster just the safe picks. You know what I mean? The ones that are on brand, the ones that are easy to convert because they want to have a new game. So they want people to look markedly different. They want them to be more exciting, more anime, and more exhilarating. So it's harder to do that with Miguel because Miguel, if you think about it, he's more of a real character. He doesn't have any flashy powers. He doesn't have any Mishima bloodline that comes with electricity for some reason. He's not a robot. He's not a miniature Gundam like Elisa. He's not a waifu with a big bust. He's not an animal for silliness. He's just a dude with He's just a bar fighter, bro, with the attitude problem. But he's a quality character, you know what I mean? You really think he's not gonna be on the game? Nah, bro. He's obviously gonna be DLC, obviously. Maybe he's gonna be in the first wave of DLC. Because out of all the characters like Christy, Miguel, Master Raven, Miguel is the one I'm seeing to where people are mad. So it's like they're taking notes, obviously. You know, Michael Murray, Harada, he's on Twitter. So pretty much they intentionally created a bare bones, hollowed out main roster full of the safe picks, but none of the people you actually really want. Because they know, because of the visuals of the game, the popularity of Tekken 7, and just the hype of Tekken 8, and the state of the FGC, they know that this is going to be the game. Same as Street Fighter 6 knew, Capcom knew, yo, this is going to be the game. Like, they know this. So, and also they continue the Tekken 7 trend of cutting out all the fat, cutting out all the trim in terms of no Mokujin, no Christie, no Wang Jinrei, no Combat, no Roger Jr., no Alex. So any of the silly goose characters that aren't the main silly ones, as in the bears, or as in a newcomer to where we already are deeming as silly from the jump, like the AstraZeneca chick, then they no longer interested in silly characters. Because before, Tekken was realistic martial arts fighting, serious game, plus silly goose characters. But now their label is exhilarating, high impact anime 3D fighter game. So the goal, the mantra is more like, we want to be pretty, we want to be finesse. Look at the facial model change to Claudio, facial model change to Huarong. We want to be pretty, young, and high finesse. So you cannot include Baek Dosan, you cannot include the dinosaur, you cannot include the kangaroo, you cannot include an old man Wang. The most you'll be able to include is Dragunov, and I'm sure he's going to look much different. He's probably going to be toned down in terms of his general like grittiness, you know. And so on that point also, it's more like, where does Miguel fit into that? He's not easy to convert to an anime fighter. He's not particularly young or pretty, and so it takes more time for them to make a conversion of Miguel in terms of transform his look, transform his story setting, maybe age him, maybe, you know what I mean? Because it seems they're actually, trying to make the characters, look substantially different, right? You see Nina, you see Lars going all in terms of being like a Naruto character. You see Jin now being like a proper 3D main character, having this one devil wing looking like Sephiroth, and having a host of new moves. You see they really went into Kazuya's devil form and made that move list a part of his, toolkit. So you can't just immediately think of what should I do with Miguel, because he has no magic. You know what I mean? He has no magic. He doesn't have breasts. So I'm being kind of facetious, but you see what I'm saying? They'll do it, but it's just gonna take a while. Because while the game's out, they have more time to develop and flesh out this character, and they'll see the direction of the game. Maybe the game won't initially include a story, and then they'll add a extra story mode like they did with Street Fighter, starting with Arcade Edition, and then they'll add Miguel, and they'll be able to fit him into the story, and then they'll add him in there. So this is kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen, But in the meantime, they can just really focus on the Mishima plot. You have the daughter of Heihachi, right? So you can just go in that direction and make it like the new kids in town, like a Garo, Mark of the Wolves type, Boruto type, right? Or you could focus in on the core curriculum in terms of the safe picks. Again, the Trinity in terms of the waifu girls. You can focus on them. Maybe the rivalry between Lily and Asuka. There's a number of things you can do. You can just take your time with that. But again, later on, you can add maybe a more in-depth mode, because again, all these are software as a service. These are like a collection of add-ons, which then makes a retail video game 5 years in. That's the state of fighting games. So, and obviously I have a bias, but that's just what it is. So I can see them doing that, but it's just hard to implement Miguel in the direction of this game. So I can see why they'll kick the can down the road, but I don't think they're not going to include him in the game because first off, there's too big of a push for him. I underestimate how popular this guy is, you know? Also, you have a number of fighters. I mean, a number of popular tournament players, Seffi Black, shit like that. Well, really just him and a couple other people, right? But just for casual play, Miguel is super popular. I didn't even know this. Just look on Twitter. But so, yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think they're not going to include him at all because even in Tekken 7, once they got around to it and like, here, damn, you know what I mean? Like it's like a meme, here, damn, like giving, if you follow NBA, like giving Joel Embiid the MVP, it's like, man, here, gosh, all right, you keep complaining, you know? I'm not saying you didn't deserve it, I'm saying that. You know what I mean? It's just like incessant whining and then here, to where they gave you here, they gave you Ganryu, they gave you Anna, you know, they gave you years down the line of Tekken 7, they gave you those characters because they already have the models, they already have the properties, they already have the, you know, the technical data of the characters. Well, maybe, I think, aren't they using a different Unreal Engine, so I guess it's different, but at the same time, like I said, they'll drip feed characters you want, you know? Especially the characters that people want that aren't in the game. Maybe not like a Christie, but more like a Miguel, a Bob, a Anna, just characters like that, so. Those characters are definitely coming, but how many months, years down the line, I don't know. So that's the good and the bad news. That's my opinion on whether Miguel is going to be in the game. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.